Hello familia, welcome back to Live in La Vida Tagalog. Christina here, and today we had some BALIKBAYAN boxes arrived. We'll be seeing what we're gonna do with all of this stuff because we've got 5 boxes that just showed up and not a whole lot of space to keep all of these things in. So I'm super excited because we are now going to unpack some of the things that we originally packed about 3 months ago, back when we were in the US, and come join us. We got BALIKBAYAN boxes today, 5 of the 13 altogether I think that we sent. So time to unpack a little bit of the old house and bring it into the new house. Easy. Rowers in here and some books. So part of our packing strategy, since we tried to keep the number of boxes as small as we could, you know, we only took what we felt like might have been essentials to us or things that perhaps might cost more money or be more difficult to find here in the Philippines versus in the States. So as we packed up our boxes, we also kept a list. So I have a list of like each box, the main contents of the box, so that we would know what to expect. So today we received 5 boxes and we kind of have an idea of what's in those, and the kids are super excited because a couple of those boxes have their toys in them. And during the whole box packing process, basically what we did is we sent all of these 40 to 60 days ahead of time, and when we were packing them, we kind of packed things that we didn't necessarily need when we were back at the old house, but we knew we were going to want to have them here. So we have been without a lot of this stuff for going on like 3 months now. I think this is more for Kason to use as we start to explore things, maybe when he gets back into scouting.
Ultimate Prepper Survival Book.
Yeah. What's in there?
It shows everything that you could do to prevent anything bad from happening, of dangers, mentality, essentials, protection, community, and your checklists.
Things like this first aid kit that kind of travels with us. We had one with us while we were traveling, but we always try to have at least 2 in our household. So this one was definitely one we've also been waiting for. So medical kits are, I guess, a big deal for our family because my husband used to be a Navy corpsman and he understands the whole accidents can happen anywhere, and sometimes the standard first aid kit just doesn't do. So we always have one of these really great first aid kits with things like trauma shears, gauze, antiseptic, tourniquets. I think we have Israeli bandages too. So really important things that we always make sure we have, especially when we're traveling. The kids are gonna flip out right now because we have a Nintendo Switch.
A Switch! Oh, it's not ours. No, it's yours!
It's my Nintendo
Switch! Dad's Oculus is in there?
Yeah, there's a blood pressure cuff. So we have a portable rower that I funded through a Kickstart campaign a while back. So we thought it would be an interesting piece to bring along with us in our travels because it is supposedly portable. It's a little bit difficult to make it portable, but we did bring the rower along, so maybe we can get in some rowing in the kitchen. I don't know. I don't know where we're gonna put all of these books because we don't have a bookcase.
We do.
We'll just have to figure it out because I'm not willing to part with any of these books. So most of the books have to do with investing and working in the stock market, starting our own businesses. This is a great one. Having a side hustle. Different things like that. So being that we are no longer working for any sort of large corporation in what we do on a daily basis, these are really great ways for us to work on creating side income, passive income for our family to live off of and allow us to continue traveling and doing all the things that we love to do without being tied to a 9-to-5 sitting at a desk everyday job. So we're trying to unpack the boxes and the kids keep asking to go to the pool. So I'm trying to get this done. Let's see what else we got in here. Oh, the Oculus. I think they call it something different here in the Philippines. It's like a Meta something or other. I don't know. But it is the Oculus. It is a VR headset. And so, I don't know, we like to play games on it. There's like music games that we get to play. There's meditation, there's fitness things. There's all kinds of different stuff you can do with this thing. So it was a Christmas gift from me to you. But it's a family gift, really. Those are most things once you have kids. Those are your fancy dress shoes.
Let me see them, because I know I'll never get a chance to wear them here, maybe. Ooh, nice.
Oh, earplugs. The boys,
Ear protection.
Ear protection. So it protects them from loud noises. Maybe if we, I don't know, if we go to a concert or something out here.
F1.
Yeah, eventually we'll get to an
That's why
F1
we brought
race.
'em.
That's why they'll use these. I'm seeing things in here I didn't even know we had, but I think these are part of
Oh, I
the
remember the emergency radio.
emergency kit that we had at the house. So what we did kind of at the whole onset of the pandemic is we started to make sure that we were fully stocked up for moments when things would be out of stock or electronics wouldn't work. So we have things like the weather radio. I think one of these boxes has our emergency food supplies in it, so we'll always have some of that. We've got our water filtration kits, just various things that we felt we might need should things kind of go a little crazy for a little while. I don't know what this is. iPhone soap? What is this?
That's what your mom got me, I think.
Oh, is it to clean your phone?
Like a UV something.
Oh, UV phone sanitizer.
I
Very
got that
cool.
for Christmas.
How fun. Kuya needs this right now because he's
I have a terrible heat rash.
he's very hot. He's developing a heat rash. So it's like a neck fan essentially. You could walk around wearing it on your neck and it helps to keep you cool. So I think it might be very helpful for us here. This is this a umbrella or the stand just for photography in general?
A tripod.
A tripod? Camera tripod? Alright, so hopefully we can get some good city photos.
Yeah.
And the drone! No, never mind. What does this thing do again? That's
It's a gimbal.
what's it called?
Gimbal.
A gimbal?
I know.
It's supposed to keep the picture very stabilized and give them the ability to catch some really unique angles. Don't think you're ever going to use this.
What is that?
I think it's your pea coat.
Oh yeah, keep that.
Study Bible. More shoes. So we're not like big Nike people. I have a different preference for shoes. But we did happen to pick these up before we left, and somebody's very excited to see them because now he gets to wear his fancy walking shoes while we're out and about. Hold on, because I need to rant for a minute. I don't know if any of you have husbands who like to ruin your cookware, but someone made his own Spam this morning while I was gone at church. And yeah, now I have to soak my pan. Thanks, Brian.
So now that you're unpacked the first box, is there anything that you saw in there that you're like, wow, we should have never packed that in the first place?
I don't know. I think for me, it's going to be more or less trying to figure out whether or not we have the space for a lot of the things that we did pack. I mean, I knew we were downsizing. I knew that we were going from 2,000 square feet to 600 square feet. It's not, for me, it's not just about being able to shove it in a box somewhere. I want it to look nice. I want it to fit the space. Because I know a lot of these things that we can still keep, have, use. I don't know, I guess creature comforts in essence that I might miss a little bit more. And I don't want to buy new ones just because we're here. If I had them already, why not keep them?
Alright, so the way that we know what stuff is in each box is that we mark the boxes with numbers and letters, and that's how we know what stuff was coming in the boxes. So right now we got boxes 1 through 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
So what number is that Mom's opening right
We
now?
are opening box number 5. Ooh, boxing kits.
Okay.
Yeah, what is this?
Hold on. No, this is box number 1, and this is something I am so happy to see. Something I can't get here my favorite coffee from San Francisco. I used to order this straight from Oakland when we were back in Temecula. And so obviously they don't have this coffee here. So this is just the smell. It's a reminder for me. So I'm so happy I have this. Here's the massage gun.
Ooh, gotta charge that. My back is tight.
Remember when Kason cut his finger the other day and he was like crying because we didn't have a Band-Aid for him, and I told him he was just gonna have to wait it out until we got the first aid kit because I knew it was here already. But things like this come in handy when you have kids. And here, she's right here. Oh, I'm gonna cry. She's here. Zero's here. Zero is our dog that passed away back in October of last year, sort of unexpectedly. Special guest joining us on today's journey. Say hi, Zizi. And we knew we packed her in one of the first boxes. She's here.
Show me her paw.
Paw print and her fur.
Family photos. I had a really nice big space where I had a wall of pictures of the boys, so I can put those back up. I just bought some sticky things so I don't have to put holes in the walls here, and hopefully those can hold some of these family photos. I don't know where I'm gonna store those things, so I need to figure out a good viable storage option for our photo albums and like the boys' old schoolwork and things like that. Like little bits that I kept, I got rid of a lot. Sadly, I don't want to say that out loud, but I had to. There just simply wasn't the space for it. Look, baby, the drone is here. We can fly the drone now.
Yay!
Yay! This is a card you sent me when you were in the Navy. A birthday card. What else? Just pictures. So this is it's the family memory box. It's all of our old family photos. Here's Jinxie. Jinxie also passed away recently. So we are a one dog family. There's Jinxie and Zizi when they were babies.
Ooh.
Nice! Oh my goodness.
Oh, I missed this.
What is that?
It's my giant gun is yours.
Oh.
So, there you go. Yeah. So, this is my gun.
Oh, I think this is an entire kid's box. Yeah, one of their travel cots is in here. So we have these cots that we can take with us when we travel to other areas, and basically they come apart and they're in like a shoulder pad and they become a bunk bed. And they're cots, so they're very handy to have for traveling. They're baseball gloves. We can finally get outside and play. So the kids have been kind of like going a little stir crazy, and all they've been doing is watching TV because they don't have any of their books. So
And Mom won't
a bunch of their books just got here, and again I overpacked on the books, so I don't know what we're gonna do. I even downsized and we got rid of a lot of books before we left, but we just love books, so all the books are here.
Hold on, what's over here?
Ellie is here, and
Ellie and my nanny gave it to me when I was a baby.
so I read a few comments the other day, people asking sort of how we executed the movement of household goods and items, and really the only way we did it was through BALIKBAYAN boxes.
Yep.
We chose to just we tried to send 8, and we ended up, I think, with 13 altogether, which is, in my eyes, probably going to be way too many. But we packed up basically all the things that were most important to us, or things that we knew were going to be more expensive to get here versus just bringing them over. And that's what we did. So our lives, in essence, were in these boxes. So we didn't bring any furniture because just the cost to actually bring furniture over to rent, you know, like one of those big, what are they called, like a container, and ship that over with our household goods was just going to be way too much money in consideration of the fact that we could have just bought furniture here. So all of our big household furnitures we sold. We looked at the possibility of bringing one of our cars over, but again, I think it was the import and the duty and the taxes and things like that actually ended up almost costing as much as the car itself. So we opted to also sell the cars, with the exception of one that we left there.
Well, also we didn't know what kind of space we were getting into, and how
Yeah.
the furniture was gonna fit into whatever space.
Yeah, that's the other thing that you have to be very considerate of is we knew we weren't going to be buying or moving into renting a big house out in like the suburbs area. We knew we were going to be staying in a smaller condo in the city, so we knew we were going to be very limited on space. And we do have some history with doing a move like that. In our very first house, we went from another 2,000 square foot house into a 1-bedroom, 600 square foot apartment when we moved from SoCal up to the San Francisco Bay Area several years back. So we have that experience with sort of having to downsize and going through that process. So I think that was super helpful to us in figuring out what we needed to bring for this move. Jenga, household games, things for us to do here. I really want to try to encourage the boys to lay off of the screen time. Part of us moving and part of us quitting our jobs and doing everything that we're doing was to be more available to our kids and to really spend more time with them. So things like board games, family games, things we can do together without watching a screen are really important to me. So I insisted that we bring a lot of our board games from home. This literally feels like a real move now because there's stuff everywhere. And in my house is a mess again. We just cleaned yesterday.
Dude, your room is a mess.
I know. But look, I got my Rubik's Cube.
Coffee. I think we have some sunblock. Looks like cereal, vitamins. Oh, the emergency food is in here. The emergency food supplies that we purchased. And we got these probably right about the time that Houston had their major like blizzard. They had like a storm and it snowed there, and it sparked a fire in us to make sure that we were prepared for anything to happen no matter where we were. They're ready to eat meals essentially, so I think all you have to do with these is prepare them with some water and essentially mix them all up. They have all the nutritional content that your body is going to need in order to survive for any given period of time. It's basically the same thing that the military eats when they're out in the field. So something I knew was going to be probably more expensive here was going to be cereal. And so we have been to a few stores and we've seen cereal there, and it is quite a bit more expensive here than it is in the US. And so I'm kind of glad that we packed these. I've also got lotion in here. I saw this also at the store the other day, but it definitely was way more expensive than what I paid for it in the States, so I've got a couple of these in here as well. So I'm actually really glad that I packed this box with all the things I was able to pick up before the move. It's a mess. Everything is an absolute disaster in here right now. I don't do well in like a state of chaos. I need some sort of organization, so it's okay. I'm gonna get through cleaning it all up. I've got a couple boxes empty there, but I mean, just there's absolute carnage right now in my little kitchen. Great news is I've got plenty of coffee, so I won't need to be going to Starbucks for any of that. We've got lots of cereal, so we won't be needing any of that for a while. The boys, all their books and toys and stuffed animals have arrived, and their room is a disaster zone, and they just want to play with their Nerf toys. So yeah, it's just a matter of cleaning up and putting all these things away, and then hopefully we can play a board game together as a family tonight, since all of those have arrived and I've really been waiting for those. And I can't wait to put some pictures up on the wall, so I am super excited for all of our things that just got here. And thank you so much for watching our video. The move has been crazy, unexpected, a lot of twists and turns, but I really feel like we are finding our footing and we're getting to a point where we're getting really comfortable, and we'll be taking a trip soon. So I'm really looking forward to it because guess what? My birthday is in 1 week. Yay, Leo season. And look at that. Oh, I got some Rowan art on the wall already. Thank you so much for watching. Salamat, ingat till next time.
So, this is the imposter. A crewmate caught him red-handed, destroying it up.
What are you guys doing?
I feel kind of sad because I only have 4 books. These are all of them, and actually I have 5, and the rest are all casings. They're the opposite.